Welcome back everyone. Now we're going to cut out a pattern. I have got multi-size patterns for all my lady stuff, and you get it in the normal format with a page that shows you how to assemble the pattern pieces. And then you've got the actual pattern. You've also got an A0 file alongside the letter size and the DIN A4 file. So if you rather go to a copy shop and have it printed off, then you can do that as well. Very important before you cut out your pattern is to print off the first page and check your scale. That needs to be 5 centimeters or an inch. And here on the other side I've got an inch, and if that's okay, then you know it's printed off correctly and you can cut everything out. All my patterns generally have attachment lines, and they have got a marking for most of the pattern pieces so that it's easy to put together. So the sleeve here, for example, has a yellow flower, and then we've got, just say, a front piece that has a white flower, and then we've got the back piece which has a pink flower. So the first thing to do is to cut everything out, including the attachment lines, and then we're going to put it together. And here we are, all the pieces are cut out. We're going to do the front piece together, but just to explain how my system works, you can see it here very well on the sleeve. You've got it all in alphabetical order. You've got sleeve A, B, C and D, and that's how you put them together. With attachment lines, it's really simple, and of course you've got that really cool plan which shows you how many pieces you need as well. So here's a really nice little one. We just need one more little piece for that. Underarm sleeve A and underarm sleeve B, so I'm just quickly going to stick that together. If you're in America and you ever go to the UK on holiday, go to Poundland and get yourself loads of sellotape. It's really cheap. You get about 4 or 3 of these, I think, for £1. It's very expensive in America, and if you're in England, you don't know that. It's like, I have these brought over by all relatives. Every time I said, sellotape, bring me sellotape. And I can do the same for the front. If I just lie this out in front of me, I've got front A and B, front C, and then here at the lower end I have the D, right? So it's very simple to put together. So now I've started putting these together. You've got front A and front B together, the C, and all I have to do finally is to put the last piece on, which is the D. It really is that simple, and the system is brilliant because you can do it in the smallest of spaces. And because we're not putting together the sheets and then cutting, but with the actual pieces, it is way easier and there's less error for the printer to do, because when I did the big sheets, it's been problematic because sometimes it doesn't print out right and it just goes all screw with. And this is really easy because you're only cutting out the actual piece and then putting it together. So that is, for me, I like things that are simple. And this definitely is a simple system. So now I've cut everything out. The next thing we want to do is we want to have a little look and compare the pieces to the actual finished top. The front and the back are very simple pieces, only that the back is a lot wider than the front. And the reason for that is we have got elastication in the back. When it's finished, front and back should be the same width. And then we have got the sleeve. You've got a sleeve lining and a sleeve. And like I said in the introduction, and like I've done here, you could just put elastic at the hem and then just tuck it up. That will go, of course, as well. Or you work it with the lining, and the lining could be any lightweight fabric. It doesn't have to be expensive linen. And it just works like this, that when this is gathered in and it's sewn to your sleeve, that is what gives you the poof here in this area. So it runs around, then it's elasticated, and that gives you this gorgeous sleeve. So that's the sleeve. Also easy when you get how it works. And then we've got the side piece, and that's the only thing that is a little bit different to maybe what you've done before. You've got the underarm sleeve, which is sewn in here, stands up, and then gives your top the ability to move in the arms. so that it's not tight. Otherwise you could not work this and have a comfortable top. And I'm kind of hoping that you get really addicted to this, and once you've made 2 you will say, well, this wasn't really hard. This actually, once you know, you know. So just going to turn my back over so we can see how the side piece fits in here. It just goes in between the front and the back, and of course it's very, very high, so some people probably say, oh, it looks way longer, and that's because we're sewing it up to that height and we're cutting it like I've just shown you in the introduction. Don't forget, you have to go way higher to then cut here and open it out, so the length is correct how it is, just in case you're wondering. I hope you enjoy making this. Now we're going to pop on to the next chapter where we're going to have a look at how we cut the whole thing out. See you soon.